Welcome to World Ocean Radio. I'm Peter Neill, founder of the World Ocean Observatory. When we are caught unaware in a storm at sea, the call for leadership, decisiveness, and action is paramount. In the global response to climate change, we find ourselves in such a space. In the world of ocean science, policy, and global engagement, we are paralyzed in such a place. The old ways, presented and supported for decades, are suddenly proven inadequate to the times. As I've argued before, the solution to this circumstance is not more of the same. It is time to look at what we have not done, to embrace a new strategy, to confront the surprising indifference we now know, and to provide a liberating tactic and commitment to a new way forward. Over the past decade, there has been a nascent contravening movement to address amplification of ocean sustainability through intergenerational education, ocean literacy, a bottom-up movement driven by classroom teachers in the creation of a global constituency that understands the full meaning of the ocean's implication for climate adaptation and innovation for future survival. While this initiative has found some vital ground, it has not been meaningfully embraced by the ocean decision-makers who have guided the international agenda historically and even still. For example, in Venice, Italy in June 2024, a conference of ocean literacy advocates gathered to address this problem and produced what was entitled the Venice Declaration for Ocean Literacy in Action, a set of premises and recommendations to provide specific goals and agenda action for the forthcoming UN Ocean Conference to be held in Nice, France, in June 2025, to urge the organizers of this seminal meeting to advance such educational activity to the forefront of international ocean planning and future investment. Specifically, the Venice Declaration called for a new commitment to ocean literacy, Sea Beyond, a vision for inclusion, innovation, global access, and necessary funding to drive necessary change. Indeed, to invest in the one thing, the single most important thing required to change the agenda and commit new strategic energy and resources to a vigorous new response. The UN Secretary-General's Special Ambassador for the Ocean, Peter Thompson, is quoted as saying, "If I had $1 billion today, I'd invest it in education." The official program of that UN World Ocean Conference mentions the word education only once in a proposed 5-day agenda, a predictable time-consuming list of past topics with no special emphasis, no mention of special finance, no signal that the urgency of the Venice Declaration has been understood, or that the organizers have decided that perhaps, for once, they might change a tired format to an agenda for innovation and change, a courageous modification away from the continuity of past thinking and familiar actions that has been collectively characterized by the UN Secretary-General as a race we are losing. Secretary-General Guterres does go on optimistically to say, but a race we can win. But how? That $1 billion seems a worthy dream, and victory over the further decline of ocean climate action devoutly to be wished. The massive investment required to create an engaged global constituency for ocean sustainability through science and policies seems but a turn of phrase, a new arrangement of old ideas to be trumpeted in yet another final declaration to be added to an ongoing catalog of best intention, the detritus of a collective failure of imagination and political will, demonstrated by expensive ritual performance. How might the agenda be revised? First, the morning sessions of each day could be changed from general debate to presentation of past strategies reimagined and transformed by new iterative thinking. Second, the afternoon sessions could be newly comprised of specifically identified projects, selected to show new possibilities already at work with new audiences toward new tangible goals and palpable engagement. Third, every lunch break could become a platform for communication, concise presentations by change agents. And fourth, a select committee could be drafting a list of specific unexpected calls for action by governments, NGOs, philanthropists, and blue economy investors, wherein the focus of the agenda and the final declaration is shifted from the general to the specific, from perpetuation to invention, from institution to community, from theory to practice, enabling the ingenuity required to guide us with competence and imagination, the value of science and policy will be celebrated by the resultant increase of public engagement through education and communication. Effectiveness will be measured by ensuing social response. Success will drive a new consensus, the new baseline for next challenges. And the next challenges will be different as an exhilarating consequence of ocean literacy in action. Action, based on accumulated data and policy, is surely what we need. Hold fast, lean forward, be smart, embrace change. Now it is a matter of survival. We will discuss these issues and more in future editions of World Ocean Radio.